Hello, very good morning, ma'am. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Shiv sir. I'm doing pretty well. Thanks for asking. How have you been so far?
I've been doing fantabulous, and my day has been going so far so well. No complaint. By the grace of
Mhm.
Almighty God, thanks for your kind concern. So, as this is the first time I'm interacting with you, I want you to please introduce yourself for my audience.
Yeah, thank you. But before introducing, I would like to thank you for inviting me for this session.
Yeah,
Okay.
most welcome.
Okay, then let me introduce myself. My name is Mohsina. I come from Assam. I have done graduation and B.Ed, and I have a tight-knit family, my husband, my kids, and me. After getting married and after becoming mother, I couldn't think or I didn't think about the career because raising kids and thinking about doing job, it's not easy task. But now my children have grown up. In 2022, I thought that no, now it's high time to work on my skill. I had the dream to become fluent in English. Since 2022, I started working to improve my spoken English. And now, since January this year, I started giving classes, some beginners and lower intermediate learners. And recently, as you know, that I also have started my YouTube journey. So this is all about myself. Yeah. You can also introduce yourself, sir.
Delighted to hear about your introduction. Thank you. And now let me quickly introduce myself as well. Well,
You.
I hope you can see in your mobile display. My name is Shiv. I born and raised in India. My native place is Uttarakhand. By profession, I'm a government employee. As far as
Mhm.
my academic qualification concerned, I'm done with my master in English, master in commerce, and this year I'm pursuing a master in economics. This is my final year. In addition to
Okay.
this, yes, I do teach English to beginners
Okay.
and intimate speakers like you as an
Mhm.
unofficial English trainer. And I run my own YouTube channel by the name of English with Teacher Shiv, where I
Mhm.
upload spoken English content at the same time some one-to-one conversational videos. So that's all from my side in brief.
Oh, that's nice. I am quite amazed. How do you manage time, sir? Because I just give classes to few students. I don't do any other job as well. And just now I have started my YouTube channel. Even though I don't upload many videos in a week, still I feel sometimes burnout. So how do you manage time, sir? Are you married?
Yes, I'm married, and yes, I'm blessed with two daughters. At the same
Oh,
time, I
nice.
will say, talking about time, see, in this era, I can understand that nobody has time. True. But again, if someone is saying that I don't have time for myself to
Mhm.
groom my personality, to glorify my life, so he's not doing anything, he's just making himself full. That's it. That's what personally I feel. Because if you really want to see yourself at par, for that, you need to ignite fire inside you. You have
Okay,
to trigger your soul and you have to find
exactly.
the powerful reason for yourself that whatever you want to do in your life, right? Until
Mhm.
unless you don't have that powerful reason, you cannot find time for yourself. And again, being a
Mhm.
homemaker, then teaching, then so many other responsibilities towards your husband, kids, and then in-laws, and every single thing. It's really difficult to find time. But again,
Exactly.
if you have
Mhm.
need, so you can find the seed. So here, let me quote out something.
Mhm.
Necessity is the mother of all inventions, which simply means
Exactly, that's true. Mhm.
there is no one who is going to give time to you. You are the only one who has to steal time for yourself from your tight schedule. And that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, but you are good at it. I can say that because I was also so enthusiastic to learn this language. I was also burning midnight oil, but later on I realized it was impacting my health, mental and physical health, because I was getting up so early. Sometimes I was sleeping late night, but I couldn't
True.
feel energetic, and it started impacting my health. That's why now I thought that no, everything I should balance because at last consistency matters. We can't do something for only 5 months 6 months then we can become perfect. It takes time. So I thought that no, just focus in everything, your mental health, physical health, then looking after the children, family, then even yeah, I do have since morning till night, all the time English goes in my mind because I'm obsessed with this language. I love it. I can say that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. And out of the box, I have one question for you that I wanted to ask you. Let me ask you, uh,
Mhm.
what do you understand by communication? And if anyone wants to become an effective and amazing communicator, what are the steps he has to keep in account? What are the points he has to remember? What are the tips and tricks he has to acquire to become an effective and amazing communicator? What do you think about it?
Okay. This is one of my favorites topic I like to, and even I have started working on it. Previously, I didn't know about it when I was in college and school about this communication skill. Since I started learning this language, I have started talking to different people. Then I realized no, English is a different thing, or a language is a different thing, and communication is a different thing. What I understand by the term communication, communication is a process through which we convey our message, our thoughts, our ideas to other person. That means there is one receiver and one sender. Okay. And there are some terms, for example, verbal communication, that is speaking, and written as well. Non-verbal communication, that means our body gesture, our facial expression, our eye contact. Then digital communication. Right now we are doing that. We are talking in the digital internet way, right? And there is other communication, that is image. For example, if I'm showing someone something and I'm trying to convey my message through that image, so that is called image communication. So these are the communication. And if someone asks me how to become effective, then see, communication is a skill we have not learned from our birth. We have to work on it. For example, as I have mentioned, if I want to be a good communicator, then I must understand how to convey my message to you so that you can understand me easily. That means my verbal communication, my way of speaking, my words, my sentences, it should be simple, and I should understand your level. If you are not getting me what I am trying to convey, that is, then I am not good communicator. And then my eye contact, I'm talking to you but looking here and there, that is not a good communication. So I would suggest that if you want to become a good communicator, please try to keep the eye contact. It's not like that we have to stare like this, but at least we have to keep the eye contact, right? After that, our facial expression. If I am talking like a robot, that is not good. We should have the emotion while speaking. Body gesture. If I'm just talking like this way and I'm not moving my hands, that is also not good. So we should focus on these things: our body gesture, facial expression, hand movements, our message. And one another important point is, even I was not good at that before. To be honest, I'm telling you, I'm trying to work on it. Be in the moment. For example, I like to give the example so that it becomes easy to understand. I'm trying to talk to you right now. We are conversing to each other. I must be a good listener while you are talking. If you are talking, I'm thinking something else, then that is not a good communication. If I want to become a good communicator, I must be a good listener as well, not only a good speaker. That is also one important point someone has to keep in mind if the person wants to become good communicator. And previously it happened to me as well. I was not able to stay in the at that moment, and I have heard from someone. I follow one person. He is a communication coach. I like him a lot. I listen him. He says that we are good at speaking rather than listening. That's why we are always thinking that what how I can put my message rather than showing the empathy to the receiver. Okay, so these days I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but at least I try to pay the attention, to listen carefully, to understand. So these are the points only I can share, sir. You can
Wow,
also,
that's really amazing. That's really amazing points. The way you have expounded the whole concept about communication, I'm really mesmerized, and that's really a good points. Thank you.
thank you so much, Shiv sir. And you can also share your opinion. What do you think? And how can we improve our communication?
Yeah. Okay. So let me just frame it in this way. Yes, you are right. Communication is an art. It simply means there are two people. First
Mhm,
one is sender, the another one is receiver. If a sender is sending message to receiver and receiver is receiving message in the same way as sent by sender and he's understanding, according to his understanding, he is responding to sender.
mhm,
Here, the communication is done. So
mhm,
communication is nothing but it's a two-way process when both are responding to each other. If only one is responding, that is not communication. If he's good at communication, he's sending message, but another one is not understanding, then it is not communication, rather it is miscommunication. Right? So communication is an art, one has to learn it. Now talking about uh, how many types of communication, exactly you are true, there are 4 or 5 types of communication we can categorize. Broadly, it has only two concept, but that is verbal and non-verbal. But again, there is another one that is called visual communication,
mhm,
and then digital that you have said. So
mhm,
basically, these are 4 types of communication we can count. Now, talking about how one can become an effective and amazing communicator,
mhm,
first and foremost thing that one has to remember when you are communicating with someone, it's not only you are communicating, your whole body is communicating. So
mhm,
here you have mentioned like eye contact, your facial gesture, your hand moves, your
mhm,
body posture, everything should. Your whole body speak the
mhm,
person with whom you're communicating. So that's true. Whenever you are talking to someone, you have to make your eye contact with him. You should not look here and there. Otherwise, he will think that you are just ignoring him or you are not even interested in his talk. Right?
mhm. True.
Okay. Now,
Agree.
second thing is purpose. Whenever you are having a communication with someone, you need to understand that why.
Okay.
Why are you communicating with someone? What is the purpose?
Mm,
Right? If you have a clarity, if you have a clear vision about that communication, you are not going to beat around the bush. Rather, you would be very much specific, right? You
mm,
will be to the point. So
true.
that's how you can solve your purpose. Now, third
Mm,
one is immersion. Immersion is whenever you are communicating with someone, it's not like you have to become a robot and you're speaking like a machine. No, that's not how it goes. You
mhm,
have to make a great collaboration of your thoughts, the words
mhm,
which you have, with your heart. It means emotions should be there, feelings should be there according to the purpose you are communicating with him. And you need to, at the same time, you need to understand his emotion as well, what exactly he
true.
wanted to tell you, right? Are you able to understand him or not? The way he wants to, you understand him. So that's the third thing. Now, fourth one is
Mhm,
your discipline. I mean to say, whenever you are talking to someone, whenever you are communicating with someone, you have
mhm,
to be have a respective nature. You have to respect him. You have
mhm,
to be nice. You have to be gentle. You have to think about manners and etiquettes. Like when I'm talking to someone, okay,
mhm,
it happens sometimes. If he has said something wrong to you, you
mhm,
you you don't need to get angry instantly. Rather,
mhm.
reacting, just tolerate it, right? So
Okay.
you can maintain that flow and you can just continue the communication the same way as you have decided from your side. The
Mhm,
next one is your vocabs, the words which you use. So
mhm,
whenever you are communicating with someone according
mhm.
to his level, you have to use your vocabularies. I've seen
True.
many times people communicate, but just because of their difficult vocabularies, they lose that moment and they lose the beauty of that communication. All right. So
Exactly.
if you are
Exactly.
talking to a beginner, be a
Mm,
beginner. If you're talking to intermediate, be an intermediate. And accordingly, you have to communicate. Okay, now next one is, again, you have said rightly, listening. It means someone said, before be a good speaker, one must be a good listener. Why?
True.
Because if you not listen him clearly or carefully, you are not going to respond accordingly. What exactly he is expecting from your side. What will happen then? He will talk about Agra and you will talk about Ghagra. And that doesn't make any sense, right? Because your
Right.
listening skill are not good.
Not
Okay.
good.
Okay. Now, next one is, you have to remember that communication is something will decide your identity, right? So communication should be like that, that the person with whom you're communicating, he himself will feel that I should communicate with this guy again. That kind of communication should be there. It
True.
means it means you are, it's not like that all the time you are the one who's speaking continuously. No,
No.
try to ask some open-ended question so that he would understand that yes, this guy is interested in my talk, right?
True.
And next one is very important point, the formula of KISS, KISS. KISS simply means keep it simple and short, which
Short.
means precise.
True.
The more you will be precise, the better you can convey your message to him. So keep it simple and short. Not, don't make long and long story all the time for everything unless it is not necessary. Right. So last but not least, I will say it doesn't matter how many degrees you have, how much
Yes.
qualified you are, how educated you are, how good you are at spoken English. Until or unless you don't know the art of communication, you are nothing. So clarity should be there, completeness should be there, correctness should be there, courtesy should be there, consideration should be there, and conciseness is there. And the last one is concreteness. Means whenever you are speaking, you are making sense. There should be logic behind it. You're not talking nonsense over here. That's all I know about communication.
Yeah, you have mentioned all the point. I do agree 100%. And it's not like that. We should try to work on it. We can't do each and everything, but if we practice, if we focus while talking to someone, in this way we can communicate. And one point I forgot to mention, that voice tonality. Voice tonality also, for example, sometimes we should raise our voice, sometimes we have to make it low, and it should go with the situation and with the person, right? And one good message, if you are a good communicator, that means you will be able to attract the people towards you. For example, those people who are good communicator, they can become different among the crowd. They are able to connect with the lots of people because of their good communication skill. Yeah, whatever you have mentioned and whatever I also know, I think that if we work on it, definitely we can become good communicator. And it doesn't mean that, it doesn't matter that where you work, we should have good communication skill. It may be I am a homemaker or teacher, doctor, we must communicate. And it helps us to make a good rapport with family members as well. We can solve the problems by communicating. For example, if you have something negative for me, I'm just giving the example. If you communicate, ma'am, you said that thing, I didn't like it, I can clarify that. So how? With the communication, right? So it is a important topic and we all should work on it. Yeah.
True. And one thing that you have said rightly, yes, that is called art of influencing. Are you able to connect yourself with your audience? Yes or no? A deep connection where they are going to listen you for hours and hours. They are not going to leave that place where you are communicating with them. All right. For that, vibe should be matched. Your instinct should be clear. They should get that intuition like they want to listen you for a long period of time. They should enjoy that process of communication, right? So yes, that's how it goes. I think we have covered all the points here. Now, if you have any question that you want to ask to me,
Yes,
so feel free to ask,
I do have question related to English now. Okay, so I
please.
want to ask you that when did you start your journey of learning English? For how many years have you been practicing English?
Well, I have been speaking English for last 4 years, and I have been assisting and guiding so many students for last 2 years.
Okay, okay, that's good.
Yes.
And my second question is that how much you feel, if I ask about percentage wise, how much you
Hmm.
feel comfortable speaking in English? For example, we all feel 100% comfortable speaking in our mother tongue. So within these
Exactly.
4 years, now, if I ask you in percentage wise, how much percentage do you feel comfortable speaking in English? Please be authentic.
Well, I will say only 25% because
Oh my
75% I need to learn. I
God. Okay.
myself consider me as a learner. I need to learn so many things because
I'm
that's
not
the
asking.
only sole
Yeah.
purpose I have. That's
I'm
the
not
only
asking
sole
about
purpose I
learning,
have.
sir. Sorry
Yeah.
for interruption.
Mm.
Sorry for interruption. I also know that I also need to learn many things, and there is no end of learning. The more I am learning, I still feel that I'm a beginner. I don't know this,
Mm.
that, and we must learn till our last breath. But still, if I ask you that, how much percentage do you feel comfortable only talking to people in English? Simply.
Again, I will say 25%.
Oh,
You know
okay.
why? Let me tell
Mhm.
you why. Because you won't
Okay.
believe uh, the job which I'm doing, this English language is nothing to do with my job. No one speaks English at my office. First thing.
Okay.
Second, not even at my office, but
Mhm.
also in my real life as well. I don't even speak English with anyone. There is no such guy with whom I can speak in English. Okay.
Okay.
So if I'm speaking, I'm talking to you.
Mhm.
Around 1 or 2 hours, or maybe 3 hours. Means when I'm taking a session on different platforms, or when I'm connecting with my co-learner as I'm connecting with you. So in this way, I talk in English. That's it. That's what I'm telling you. That I want to speak more and more. I'm just seeking for that environment where I can speak English since morning to night. At the day we like at the environment, I will say yes. I'm 90% comfortable with this language. But as if now, only
Mhm.
25%.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I do have another question then. How
Yeah,
much do
please.
you feel confident to talk to anyone? And is it different from person to person? For example, when you talk to someone lower than you, or the person's English is not that much pretty good, or if you talk to someone in your level, or a person who is better than you, is there any difference? Do you feel that in
Well,
confidence?
of course, it happens
Mhm.
because confidence is not a medicine that you can purchase on chemist shop. It's not a magic that a magician can do with you. It's not a product that you can buy from market. What is confidence? It's your
Mhm.
self-belief system. The voice comes from inside that yes, you can talk with this guy. You can manage, no matter whether he is a good speaker or not. Trust on yourself, right? So in my case, when I'm talking to someone who's lower than me, I want to
Mhm.
become like him. And I'm so much confident.
Mhm.
Obviously, I'm confident, but I want to make him confident like me. And I
Mhm.
speak accordingly. It's not like if I'm good and he's not good, he just started. So it's not like I should throw all of my bombastic vocabulary to him, my advanced idioms and phrasal of no. I will be
Mhm.
like him so that he also feel the same level of confidence as I'm feeling. Now, talking about if I'm talking to someone who's far better than me, of course, I will be a bit nervous, but
Mhm.
again, I don't feel underconfident. Why? Because I don't take in that way, in a destructive way. I take that moment as an opportunity for me that see, Shiv, you get a chance. You get a chance to
Mhm.
talk with someone who's far better than you. Now you can
True.
ask him how he has learned this language. You can see his fluency, but you couldn't see the hard work he has done behind it, right? Ask him what
Mhm.
he has done to reach at this level. Second, you can ask your doubts because he, of course, he's good. So
Better
if
than,
you
yeah.
have any query, yes, so
Mhm.
you can ask to him directly. Third
Mhm.
thing, meanwhile, for example, if I will talk to him and I make any mistake somewhere here and there, he's going to point out and he's going to correct me, and that's how we can learn. Because mistakes are your
Mhm.
biggest teacher, who are going to teach you
Mhm.
where are you lacking, what are your loopholes, and where you need to work upon. So that's
Mhm.
how I take it.
Yeah, that's, yeah. Even I also have now acknowledged that it's okay to make mistake, And I also always try to find out the opportunity, although sometimes I also do feel uncomfortable and little bit nervousness, but I accept it once I start talking. Then after a while, and it depends on the person as well with whom I am
True.
communicating. If the person is comfortable and a polite, amiable person, then easily I also feel comfortable. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
asked you.
true.
This is my fourth time only I'm conversing like this way for my tube.
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
feeling
okay,
comfortable
okay,
today.
fine.
Literally, I'm saying I'm feeling too much comfortable.
And that's what I want. As I said before, it's not like I'm the only one who is feeling confident. The guy with whom I'm telling on, he's just like you. No,
Mm,
that's not
true,
how it goes. He
true,
should
true.
be feel the same level of confidence as I'm feeling. And for that,
Hmm.
mutual coordination is needed. You
Exactly.
need to understand with whom you are talking.
Mm,
Try to keep your pace accordingly. Try to take pauses accordingly. Try to your words accordingly and be neutral. Be like him. And then only you can maintain that word which you have used, that rapport. And he
repo.
or she would feel to
Mm,
connect with you again that, wow, I've talked with him and the guy was so down to the earth. He was so generous.
mm,
Though he was a trainer, but he didn't make me feel that I'm talking to a beginner. I
true.
wanted to connect with him again. That kind of feeling should be there.
Exactly. Now
Yes.
it has become 30 minutes. I do have other questions as well. Later on, I think we can
Yeah.
discuss, right? Mm-hmm.
Sure, I do have some questions, but some other day in the future,
Sure.
I will talk again and then I'll be asking these questions to you. But for today, it was a really fruitful and lovely conversation with you,
Exactly.
which I have enjoyed. Hopefully, you as well. And we have discussed so many good things, and I've learned those things from you that I'm going to incorporate in my day to day life. And thanks for giving your precious time and connecting with me.
Yeah, same here. Likewise, I had a great conversation with you. It was a fruitful conversation. I hope that we'll meet soon in near future
Sure, will
and
do.
we'll
Yeah,
discuss about some different topic. Yeah. Thank you so much.
sure. Most welcome, ma'am. So see you around. Keep talking, keep learning, and
Yeah.
keep shining. Bye
Have
bye.
a great day ahead. Bye bye.
Yeah, likewise.